Good morning. If we can get this whole room silent in less than 10 seconds, I'll be incredibly impressed. 5, 4, 3. Do you know any of those camp counselor calls? Yes, do you have a good one that comes to mind? No, bummer. Okay, the clipboard really solidifies the camp counselor thing, so I think that'd be very fitting. Yeah, absolutely. Well, hello, good morning, and welcome to Leadership Unfiltered. My name is Emma McIntyre. I have a bit of a scripted intro that I'll read before we get started, but the rest of the day will be ad lib, I promise, as the theme is unfiltered. As we gather here today for the Leadership Unfiltered conference, we embark on a journey that takes us beyond the polished veneer of success, straight into the heart of leadership's uncharted territory. In a world inundated with Instagram filters, LinkedIn endorsements, and carefully curated success stories, we're here to celebrate something refreshingly different. Today, we invite you to dive headfirst into the candid, unfiltered, and often unpredictable world of leadership. In a world where this isn't your typical leadership conference, where speakers boast about their wins and their triumphs polished to perfection, no, this is a no-holds-barred event where leaders will bravely share their unfiltered narratives, the trials, tribulations, and real-life roller coasters of their journeys. We're basically at the family dinner table is what I was thinking when I was writing this. I was like, we're just sitting at Sunday soup night and sharing all of our stories from the week. We're just recapping. Imagine this event is a gathering of storytellers in the after hours of success. The happy hour stories that you're about to hear are the ones shared behind closed doors, over a glass of whiskey or a cup of coffee, where vulnerability takes center stage and the unvarnished truth flows. Our speakers are not here to flaunt their trophies. They're here to share the nitty-gritty details of how they got their trophies in the first place. The late nights, the wrong turns, the I wish I had known better moments, and the ultimate lessons learned. As we venture into these unfiltered stories, remember that there are two types of best practices, those you learn from others and those you learn the hard way. Today, we'll have both full on display. So fasten your seatbelts, open your minds, and prepare to be inspired, not by unattainable perfection, but by the raw, unfiltered, authentic leadership experiences of those who have walked the path before us. So let's embark on this journey together, and welcome to Leadership Unfiltered. Woo! Like this, and I'm excited to invite our first sponsor to the stage, JT, to introduce our speaker for the day. Let's give him a warm welcome.
I don't think they turned this mic on for me, but I'm JT Froney with Legacy Plumbing and Heating, where we're on a mission to deliver the best plumbing and heating experience in town. And we really do that by honoring our team. Our team is our ride or dies. We take care of them to the 10th degree, to whatever degree that may be. But we take care of our team, so they take care of you, and we're so blessed to be in this room. And I get to introduce the man, Tom Stadum, with Fjell Capital. Just a smart dude, just an awesome guy. What are you gonna do? You're gonna ruffle some feathers, he said. So get ready for that. He's been in the space for a long time, third generation. I see that. So he is an expert of his craft. And if you guys don't learn anything today, just remember that life flows better with legacy. Tom Stadum, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I gotta say, I'm a little nervous about what pictures Kurt has, because, she had quite a few photos there, so if this is the mug you get to stare at, oh, wow, look at that one. So anyways, hey, so glad to be here. Did anyone just super enjoy the drive out here? Was that not just like magical and just mystical and beautiful? I thought so. So good to see you guys. Today. I'm super excited to kick off the conference. This is going to be a great day, but also, we have to choose to make this a great day. So a little bit about myself. I'm Tom Stadum again. I run what I believe is one of the coolest little companies, for sure in the wealth management space, dare I say in America. I'm married to my high school sweetheart, Camila, who is taking care of our 2 little children. We have another child on the way, woohoo. And we have a couple dogs. But when I think about myself and who I am, I'm 100% an entrepreneur who happens to be in the wealth management space. If anyone knows me here, I hope you would know that's who I am. I'm an entrepreneur. I absolutely love to build stuff. And as a kid, obviously, I'd be playing in the sandbox. I'd be, making forts, just as a little kid. And then I realized, this thing called business, and I just discovered that, oh my gosh, I love the game of business. And the reason I'm here today, and this is your permission to judge me, I want to give you guys some frameworks. I want to give you guys a framework, and I want to explain to you just some inside baseball on growth. Because I think a lot of people for a lot of years, more than probably 100 years, have been just thinking about growth wrong. So that's what I want to give today. That's why I'm here, is to give you guys a different mindset, and particularly at the onset of this conference, to get our minds in the right place so that we can grow, right? Because that's what this is all about, is growth. So a little bit of background. So I'm third generation in the wealth management space, all right? So I have spent the last 10 years of my life literally thousands of hours studying you guys, reading about how this works. How does money work? How do you guys interface with money? How do you guys build businesses? And I've literally spent thousands of hours, and yet the stats that I see, I don't know if anyone saw this one, but it takes until somebody's 53 on average to make great financial decisions. Isn't that insane? So think about this. Your career is 40-ish years long, right? And it takes until you're 30, or you're 53, 30 years in, on average, to make great financial decisions. So there's probably 150 people, I don't exactly know. 90% of you, statistically, are stressed about money. Are just stressed. Something about it, right? There are probably 50 to 100 times more dead businesses than there are alive businesses. And I've talked to so many entrepreneurs over the years, and honestly, most businesses aren't that amazing. Yet we see Apple and Amazon, these just absolute, really things of beauty, right? So I've been just thinking, I'm like, there's got to be a better way. Why is this the case? Why in our country does it take till you're literally halfway through your life to make, on average, good financial decisions? Why don't more businesses get ahead of that curve? If you have a business, you have a 1 in 250 chance of doing $10 million a year in business. That's 0.04%. That's not a lot. That's obviously a very nice business, right? But business is hard. This is hard. Can anyone else agree? Is this hard? Business? Careers? Saving money? Let's be real? Inflation? Price of eggs? I remember when you had a carton of eggs, you were considered rich, right? It's babe, let's go. Okay, so I was there's got to be a better way. And I don't know if you've discovered this in life, but if you ever look at nature, that's usually a pretty good way to understand growth. Nature, right? Again, I was driving out here with Jacob, one of my team members, and we were this is beautiful. I was this is a beautiful drive. I was so grateful and thankful. So if you looked at nature, there's a lot of keys to success, right? So I was looking at nature, trying to figure out how we can plan better, how we can counsel our clients in our community to better outcomes, whether in business or personally. And this idea of lamination came up. And once I discovered lamination, and who just thought of laminate countertops? Lamination. Come on, be honest. You guys awake? I can see your guys' eyes looking at the screen. But lamination is literally everywhere. And most time when you think of lamination, you think of, again, countertops, value-oriented countertops in your kitchen. But lamination is everywhere. The islands of Hawaii are made of lamination. The magma from the earth comes up, bubbles up, becomes lava, forms, and then all of a sudden, millions of years later, you have the Hawaiian Islands. Our ozone, literally the substance of life, oxygen that we're breathing, there are stacks of oxygen that enable us to live. The process of lamination is designing and engineering something for success. You stack things on top of each other. These tables, look at the tables right now, those are laminated together. Lamination is everywhere. And then so I was okay, this is rather conceptual, right? So then, hello, good sir. If you've ever done this, by the way, you just got to know that Kurt's just going to get in your face. Kurt, you're amazing, by the way. We owe him a lot. This man is a huge pillar in our community. I have personally learned so much from Kurt. You're the man. Please stop. Enough of that, Tom. All right, so lamination, right? So the idea of lamination and why I think is important, and one of the areas that I want you guys to circle around here is the concept of tree rings, stacking rings, right? When you look at a tree, right? To me, these are like the most obvious form of lamination in our world. And trees, what's interesting about trees is everything about a tree, and you can literally see this on tables, right? These branches, these knots in the wood. Everything about a tree's existence is about growth. The whole purpose of a tree is to grow. And somebody can argue about like, well, the purpose of a tree is not that, it's for wood, it's for these tables, it's blah, blah. It's like the core of a tree's life on this earth is to grow. That's all it cares about. That's all it ever has cared about, all it ever will care about. That is the singular focus of its existence, is growth. That's it. And what's amazing about trees is they oftentimes outlive us. The average tree is 50 to 100 years old, according to the National Park Service. Just interesting stat, right? A tree has a 5% chance of living to 150 years or older. But a tree can't choose like we can. And now I get into where most of us fail, is because we have choice. What's crazy is we could just go to Dubai in 48 hours. Does that just kind of blow you away? Just like how much power we have, choice we have. Like we can choose so many different things. I chose to start a business. I chose to marry Camila. I chose to have children. These are, I'm very blessed by these. But we have choice. And unfortunately, so many people I've talked to, and I certainly have have done this myself, we become dandelion entrepreneurs. What are dandelion entrepreneurs? Dandelion entrepreneurs are just like, oh, this should be a great idea, so you go over here and start a business that fails. Oh, this is a great idea, I'm going to do this. Or dandelion investing, I've talked to a lot of you. Oh, this is hot stock, let's just buy this. And then you go over here, you're like, oh, this is where the marketplace, AI, I need to invest in this. And ultimately what you're doing is becoming a dandelion. There's dandelion people. And that is not what we want to be. Can everyone agree you do not want to be a dandelion? What happens to dandelions in November in North Dakota? They die. What do trees do? They say, hold my beer. Right? They live. A tree's essence is growth. So today, what I want you guys to know and what I want you guys to decide at this conference is to not be a dandelion entrepreneur, a dandelion business person, a dandelion husband, a dandelion wife, father, and choose to be a tree. Literally ask yourself, would a tree do this? What would a tree do? What would a tree do? If a tree wouldn't do it, don't do it. And I'm not even joking. Trees are silent witnesses to the craziness of humans, and all they're doing is just growing. And they're growing. And now I'm going to give you guys some inside baseball. I have talked to so many successful entrepreneurs. I was talking to some yesterday. So many successful entrepreneurs. Do you know how they think? They think in years and decades. I was talking to a local business. She was like, yep, I think we're going to do an acquisition in a couple years. Another one recently in our community, here's where I think we're going to be at in 2030. Warren Buffett, it took him till he was 50 to make, I'm going to lay some math on you guys, so hang on for a second. It took him 50 to become a billionaire. He is 90% older now, but he's 90 times richer. How about that for patience and compounding growth, right? Warren Buffett has stacked his tree rings. He's like, I don't care. What was, like, when everyone was selling last year in 2022, November of 2022, you guys remember last year was kind of an awful year? Warren Buffett had like over $100 billion of cash. He thinks way longer term than we do. And just look at his bank account. It's incredible. So when we think like trees, not only do we become just like riches in life, it actually, you just profit. You literally profit off this stuff. And just my life as well, my family has been doing this for 20,000 days straight. My grandfather, father, and me, we have been doing this for literally 20,000 days in a row. There is not a point in time where we haven't shown up for our clients, where we haven't shown up for each other or our community for 20,000 days straight since 1961. I've only been doing this for under 4,000 days. Like, there have been people that have gone before me that have enabled me to do this. Even more so, there has been, I figured, for 30,000 days straight, somebody in my family, women, have been praying for me. For 30,000 days. I guarantee you I could FaceTime my mom and ask me, did you pray for me yesterday? And she'd be like, yep. And faith to me is important, and it might not be to you, but that is legacy. So like, how did I get on stage? It wasn't me. It was somebody before me who stacked their tree rings, right? Are you guys catching what I'm saying? All right, now do you guys want to know the results of this? Of this mentality, this long-term thinking? If you do this, you will become tired and rich. That's what you will become. You will become tired and you will become rich. That's what this will do. So if you do this for 10 years, you will be tired. If you guys haven't figured this out yet, you are tired and then you are retired. I said that to an executive who used to run a huge bank. He'd been doing this and he's probably one of the top finance people to ever exit out of North Dakota. He was just laughing. But it's true. How many parents do we have in the room? Okay, how many of you are tired? Do you guys want to know what I was doing in the middle of the night last night? My little boy, I was literally on my knees. I was like, Bodhi, go to bed. And then I went back because I was sleeping in our kids' room because Lucy was a little sick. I was like, I've got to present in the morning. Crap. I'm going to be tired. But you're tired and then you're retired. So what happens when you decide to act like a tree is you're going to be tired. But you're going to be tired because you live the life that you loved. Right? Because you know what you're doing on planet Earth. You know why you're walking around. And you hit the pillow at night, you're tired because you're living your life. You're stacking your tree rings. And what do I mean by rich? Yes, I want everyone in here to have more money than you know what to do with, right? I think that's arguably a good thing. Where you're just comfortable. But also the richness of life. I believe the definition of wealth is being present in the moment, where you can just be here. I can look at you guys and just be content, being like, this is a good thing. I'm so glad I'm here. That is what wealth is. So richness, you will become tired and rich, and that is what I want every single person in here to walk out the doors, be like, I want to become tired and rich. That's what I want to be. That's who I want to be. When I'm Brand Deanna's age, I want to be, like, I know who I want to be, and they have helped me understand who I should become. So with that, I want to help you guys. There's 8 people on planet Earth that know what I'm about to say. Actually, I told Rob. But we're launching a new newsletter that is 100% free right now. So what I want you guys to do is, if you have found value in this, please go to Tired and Rich. Hopefully some of you will do this right now, tiredandrich.com, and sign up for the newsletter. I'm going to be giving you guys my all. I have perspectives you don't have, and why? Because I literally do this professionally, and I want to help you guys so much. Not everyone, I cannot work with everyone on planet Earth, right? It's like I have capacities, but what is infinitely scalable is content. So I want to give you guys every Saturday morning my best. So please subscribe. Go to tiredandrich.com. We're super excited about this. We're hopefully going to get tens of thousands of people to join the movement. So with that, I'm done. I probably went a little bit over. Okay, thank you. All right, hey, appreciate it, everyone.
Thanks so much. Yeah, and they have a podcast, so you can check it out if you're interested in more content. Glad for you that you're good at math, because I'm not. Another individual that I know that's good at math is Josh Christie, our sponsor, Codalation, to welcome our next speaker.